Hello and welcome YouTube to my very clever video of Steve Fox in rank match. I'm assuming this is rank match, but this is pretty much a tutorial to teach you guys how to be able to improve with Steve Fox in rank match. Now I just want to let you guys know, um, I I pretty much haven't played with Steve Fox that much in the previous Tekkens, but in this Tekken game, I really managed to use 4 hours of my time to be able to learn the dynamics with Steve Fox. Um, in this game, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of retain to most of his moves, and you kind of have to give yourself a bit of spacing to adapt. In this matchup right here, I play a Suka player. Now, one of the biggest problems about this matchup, I explained in several of my streams, is that um, Asuka pretty much could be able to parry and match out a lot of moves, lows, mids. So it's very important to be able to avoid these things. So you see a lot of spacing in this particular situation, but I made a couple of mistakes. Playing. I wanted to let you guys know also is that I split the clip for this film, and I wanted to pretty much give you guys the opportunity to see two matches where I explain the do's and don'ts to playing with Steve Fox. Now, what you guys gotta remember, getting back to the situation, is that the juggling is very important. The reason why is because juggling in this game is everything. If you pretty much pair your combos correctly and don't miss, it would pretty much make it to seem like it's impossible. The reason why is because not a lot of people pretty much have a fair chemistry with keeping their combos. For example, if you look at this video, I dropped a couple of combos, but I came in with a lot of nice pretty much peekaboos and flicker stances. I've been trying to teach myself to study each stance and stuff like that, but one of the things and the downsides that I'm going to tell you about the peekaboo stance is that you're barely able to move. Due to the fact that the peekaboo stance is probably a very strong stance. I'm not really assuming that because I've actually used the stance myself, but the reason why I pretty much state that is because peekaboo stance actually gets you to lower down, and the grab potential on the peekaboo stance is utterly amazing. But I really just want to let you guys know that I want to be able to provide a little bit more information as to why you shouldn't play like how I'm playing with Steve Fox, and I'm going to explain why. It's pretty simple to say that when you play with Steve Fox, you have to be able to worry about your lows a little bit more than your highs and your mids, because one of the things that stops you from pretty much playing protectively with Steve Fox is when you're not guarding low, and this right here is pretty much gonna stop you from pretty much reacting towards lows. But I really want to just provide you a little bit of information about why flicker stance is very important. Flicker stance pretty much maneuvers combos, and you could be able to provide yourself the type of inquiry to juggle them a little bit longer, because peekaboo stance can only work when you're in a very bad and alternated situation. As you can see, it's very bad for me to just randomly poke out in a certain adversary. Steve Fox has a lot of good frame data that could be used, but you gotta always keep in mind that when you play with Steve Fox, that you have to be able to juggle your combos correctly, as you would do with every other character, but a lot of people, they have asked me in my Twitch videos, which I failed to understand why they never asked me in my one of my logs, is why is it that I play with Steve Fox the way it is and I don't rush people down the way I'm supposed to. But you gotta understand something, is that the reason why I play defensive and offensive is to change up the strategy that I'm doing against certain players. Like for instance, the Kazuya Steve Fox matchup, it could be in anybody's. This could be anybody's ball game. The problem is that Steve Fox, he can get past those barriers of Kazuya. My bad, I almost said Akuza. But you gotta understand is that when I pretty much put pressure on him, Kazuya can't be able to do anything. I would know this considering the fact that I'm a Kazuya main. It's not like you can't do anything out of that situation, but the fact that you can pretty much, you know, last Kazuya when it comes down to the lows instead of mids, because mid attacks pretty much help Kazuya in a sense where he's able to react so suddenly. But the reason why I advise to you guys not to play the way I'm playing with Steve Fox is because it's a little bit too risky. When you get higher than me in a sense, you realize that like the majority of the plays that I'm doing, like the shoulder charge, is not really a good idea. Jump action punch is pretty much safe in certain perspectives, but you gotta always keep in mind that, like, you know, as you're playing, you have to keep aware of surrounding with the matchups. If you don't know matchups, it's going to become even more difficult as you play this game. Why is that? Is because matchups all depend on the tier classes, but then again, the tier classes really just don't matter per se, that like you can pick whatever tier you want to, but it all depends on how you play with the character. But I really do appreciate all of you guys for viewing this video, and if you guys really like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to tune in to my other videos. This is Nick the Saint, and I am